Ladies and gentlemen, this is the mayor of Rochester, New York. This is lovely A. Warren, and many of them are demanding her resignation, not only protesters, but the police themselves. So, whether she resigns or not, I don't know. But I know it is a mess up in Rochester with all the protests going on over the death of Daniel Prude. So this is the Washington Post, September 13th, 2020. Mayor Lovely A. Warren has always branded herself as a reformer, pushing to create a police accountability board and scrapping an unpopular red light camera program because she believed it unfairly saddled the poor with tickets they could not afford to pay. But over the past week, the mayor of New York's third most populous city has found herself in the throes of a political crisis after police body camera footage was made public showing a hood being placed on the head of Daniel Prude, a black man having a mental health crisis in March. He died a week later. The city police chief and other high ranking department officials are leaving their jobs amid the public outcry. Warren now has a chance to remake her police department, but she must do so after distancing herself from police leadership and leaving questions about her involvement with the case unanswered. Now, the police union and activists align themselves with Black Lives Matter movement have the same message for her. They want her to resign. Warren, 43, is the first African American woman to lead Rochester, a diverse working class city where white residents make up so they still make up the majority of the population, but after more than a week of chaos here on the southern shores of Lake Ontario, Warren has been thrust into the nation's cultural battles over policing. She joins Black female mayors across the country who are now at the forefront of leading in a increasingly polarizing nation. They have been forced to respond to and diffuse the nation boiling tensions over police accountability and protests that have sometimes turned violent while showing support for the racial justice movement and talking about the challenge of being a Black woman, watching Black people die at the hands of police. My heart is with the family of Daniel Prude, Warren said September 3rd. As a mayor, mother, sister, daughter, and as a Black woman, I am filled with grief and anger at myself for all of the failures that led to his death. Warren finds herself wedged between the demands of young liberal protesters demanding sweeping change and the reality of governing, including managing often conservative police officers who form the backbone of the city workforce. Warren has voiced support for many of the protester demand and said her police chief would not be fired before he resigned. She declined a request for an interview. The mayors, particularly African American female mayors, are in a very adverse situation because you don't get the benefit of the doubt from either side. Karen Freeman Wilson, who is Black and served as mayor of Gary, Indiana, from 2012 to 2019. Although Black mayors such as Muriel E. Bowser in Washington, D.C., and Keisha Lance Bottom in Atlanta have, they're just talking about how they have navigated around critics on the left and right. But you know what? These cities haven't been right in many years, and the police brutality has been strong nationwide. It has been strong in this country. So it really don't matter what mayor is in place. It has never stopped these cops from killing people in the Black community. They want to arrest you and then execute you out on the streets. We see it too much. These things aren't accidents. These shootings are not necessary. You know, it's almost like they capture a wild animal and kill them. That's how we're treated. Okay, among local activists, there have been widespread skepticism of Warren's claim that she did not know about Prude until she saw the video early August, when the city responded to a public information request from a lawyer who represented Prude's brother. Prude was naked and handcuffed in the video, which shows officers forcing Prude's head and chest into the pavement on March 23rd. He died on March 30th. Well, why didn't she see this body camera until August? Warren still has not answered many questions about her involvement in the case, including why she suspended 7 police officers only after the video became public. With her public support dwindling, Warren is now trying to make amends with her constituents. At this point, we just feel betrayed and traumatized by a Black woman being one of the main oppressors of the Black community, said Stanley Martin, a Black protester organizer with Free the People ROC. The debate about Warren's leadership in the Prude case largely comes down to what did she know and when, after the Monroe County Medical Examiner ruled Prude's death a homicide on April 16th. His autopsy showed he died as a result of complications of asphyxia in the setting of physical restraint. The report also said Prude had PCP in his system. So what? That didn't kill him. Having PCP did not kill him. Warren said the police told her Prude died of a drug overdose. Well, that sounds like something they would do. The Monroe County District Attorney passed the case on to the New York Attorney General the day Prude's death was ruled a homicide. The district attorney said the referral was mandated by a 2015 gubernatorial order. By early June, top legal advisors to Warren and the city knew about the existence of the body camera footage. City lawyers consulted with the assistant state attorney general about whether to release the footage publicly. They said the attorney general's office advised them not to do so while Prude's death was under investigation. The attorney general office said there was no recommendation to withhold information. The city lawyer said they relayed the recommendation to Warren. The attorney admitted they approached a lawyer for Prude's family in early August to see if the family had an interest in settling the case before a lawsuit was filed. Warren said she did not see the video until August 4th. She suspended 7 police officers September 3rd, a day after Prude's family released the video publicly. Now, the family actually went on social media, I believe Facebook, and they released the video, and that's how it caught a lot of public attention. And that was also around the time all of the protesting started in Rochester. Warren, who was an attorney before being elected mayor in 2013, is also watching her relationship with Rochester police officers erode. On Tuesday, Police Chief LaRon Singletary and the rest of the department command staff stepped down, leaving Warren to stand solo as the public face of the scandal. The city council later announced it was hiring a prominent New York City-based law firm to conduct an independent review and investigation into the internal process that occurred between the time officers first made contact with Prude and when the video of the encounter became public. The tension between Warren and the leaders of the Rochester police Locust Club, the union representing more than 700 officers, have been especially intense. After Singletary announced he will retire at the end of the month, Locust Club president Mike Mazzeo demand Warren also step aside, saying she can no longer keep the community safe. He later said Warren had made tactical decisions for the police department, though he did not specify what they were. Well, these people ain't going to stand by no black female mayor. They'll leave her holding the bag, and that's what it sounds like they're doing. But you know what? Technically, it don't matter if they keep this woman or not. What they need to do is clean house with the police department. It's apparently very corrupt, just like many around this country. It's kind of counterproductive to replace your mayor and you still got the same murderers on your police force. It's not going to make any difference whatsoever. So if you're going to sweep out the mayor, you need to sweep out most of those cops, or damn near all of them that you got on that force, and start over from scratch. You know, a mayor has never stopped police killings. It haven't. It has not stopped. It doesn't matter if you got a black police chief, a black mayor. I mean, it doesn't matter. We know there are no black governors. So, but I'm just saying you can have a practically all black city council, and these, and they will still go out here and gun down people unarmed in the black community. And Daniel Prude was unarmed. He was nude. There was no way he was that big of a threat. No way. So they're getting all of the protest and all the demands coming down on their head. They definitely deserve it. And, Rochester is just one of many tragedies we have seen in this country with them shooting unarmed black men. But y'all, please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.